on the 29th of February, which is the leap day. And a happy birthday to all you leaplings out there. You people who are born on the 29th of February are absolutely lucky. Because you may be 40 years old, but you're only celebrating your 10th birthday.
Happy birthday!
Isn't that wonderful?
Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words,
what's with all these moon landings nowadays? Last month we had Japan and they had their, their robotic pinpoint moon landing, and their vehicle, the lunar vehicle, was called SLIM. And you know what SLIM stands for? Smart Lander for Investigating Moon. These Japanese are really great, no? But what happened? On the way down, one of their engines malfunctioned, and so it ended up the wrong way. But even so, it's still working. Still, Japan became the 5th country in the world to make a successful landing on the moon. The interesting thing is this, that the Japanese did not think that this machine of theirs is going to last very long. But would you believe it? It has lasted longer, it has survived longer than they expected. So a couple of days ago, JAXA, the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, JAXA, they said that after a more than 2 week long freezing night, lunar night, their moon rover came to life again and began sending them signals. So that's very great for them. They're very happy about it. If you are on the moon, your day temperatures will be 100 degrees Celsius and the night temperatures will be a whopping 173 degrees minus. Okay, and the lunar day lasts for a couple of weeks, almost a fortnight of daytime and a fortnight of night. Now when the Japanese landed on the moon, what about the Americans? They couldn't be far behind. Now on the 24th of February, the Americans, they also landed up on the moon. They also sent up the first US lander in more than 50 years, half a century ago. Okay, was the last moon landing. So after about half a century, these Americans, they send up their lander.
What we can confirm, without a doubt, is our equipment is on the surface of the moon, and we are transmitting.
The Americans sent up their lander and they called it Odysseus. They have these epic dreams, okay? And I don't know, but probably somebody may have told somebody there, like we normally say, go break a leg. So that's exactly what Odysseus did, When he came down as they were landing, Odysseus stumbled and literally broke a leg. And so landed up sideways on the moon. This lander, which was sent up by the Americans, was made by a private company. It's called Intuitive Machines, okay? So you can't blame, the lander, because somebody may have told it, go and break a leg. It sort of ended up on the moon around, 200 miles, that's around 300 kilometers away from the south pole of the moon. A very close landing to the south pole, which was hailed by NASA. The NASA people were quite pleased with that, even though their lander is like, one side up like that. But still, it worked. It worked until yesterday. And would you believe it? A space station, International Space Station, man, the people on the station, okay, it has sprung a leak and it is leaking air. Space station ka hawa nikal gaya. Of course, it's an old space station. It needs a lot of repairs, and this isn't the first time it has happened. But now the Russian side, they are saying that there's no immediate danger to the crew, and they are trying to find out where that leak is coming from. They're still searching for the leak. Now, today there has been sobering news. The United Nations says that Gaza is the most dangerous place in the world for a child. It's a place where thousands of children have been killed. And as we know, right now, even as we speak, Israel is still wreaking havoc on the Gaza Strip. And survival is no guarantee. Even if they escape from that entire thing, still survival is no guarantee. And this is what people are saying. And the medical workers have got a new initial, WCNSF, which means Wounded Child, No Surviving Family. So can you imagine that? Wounded child, no surviving family. And the UNICEF, they have estimated this month itself, they have said that about 17,000 children in Gaza, 17,000 children in Gaza have been separated or they have been orphaned, and they cannot find the parents for these 17,000 children in Gaza. So this is something that we have got to think about a little bit. Now, preserving the world's forests are something that all people think that we should do, isn't it? So why is it that, conservationists in South Africa, they are chopping down trees? Yes, they are chopping down trees in large numbers. And this is happening to save water. There are many nations, including our own nation. Okay, we have been talking about agroforestry, where we say, okay, let's grow, plantations of certain trees so that there is wood for furniture, there is wood for paper and all the rest of it. Okay, so what's been happening is that they have invested in certain trees over the years, over 30, 40, 50 years. And these trees are like the pine tree is one, okay. Another tree is the eucalyptus tree, which is also called the gum tree, and also acacia, okay. So these are the trees which have been planted, and because of the seed dispersal over the years, some of these seeds have run away from the plantation and they have gone into the jungle and they are spreading themselves all over. That these trees have deep roots, they have sucker roots, and they suck up all the water in the area. And now Cape Town in South Africa is facing a terrible water crisis. They are like weeks away from being totally, the water supply totally finishing, okay. So the scientists in South Africa, they have determined that these invasive species of trees, foreign trees, okay, which were brought in, these species of trees are sucking up so much of groundwater that the area is better off like eliminating them, okay. Now, these hydrologists, they have a report, and the report says that if they get rid of these foreign tree species, they can actually save 2 months of water supply, okay, 2 months worth of water supply for Cape Town. Now, the trees, the trees must be really pissed off with the whole thing. I mean, you bring us over here, you plant us, you want wood, you want furniture, okay, and you give us water, we want water, give us water, we want water. And if you couldn't afford the water, why did you bring us over? So basically, that's what's happening. One end you have the trees demanding water, and the other end the humans are saying, "Ki bhai, pani nahi." Stop it. No matter what opinion you have of this one nation, one election thing, you may be against it, you may be for it, but one thing is certain, that this plan to establish this one nation, one election is very well on its way. Now, why am I saying that? Because there was a news report just today. The news report basically says the 22nd Law Commission, okay, which is sitting right now, they have made recommendations, and they have made recommendations for a new chapter in the Constitution, okay, that will deal with simultaneous polls. Now we know that we have chapter 15 of the Indian Constitution which deals with elections. So they are proposing to put in chapter 15A, and chapter 15A will deal with this entire issue of simultaneous polls. There are going to be common electoral rolls. They are also proposing that in case a government can't complete its term, then they would have a kind of a unity government formed so that the unity government would be in place until the next election. So these are some of the proposals coming up, and so we better be prepared for what's going to come. Well, this lady is absolutely one of my favorite performers, entertainers and singers, and I have been listening to her since I was knee-high to a grasshopper. And she has been honored with the Padma Bhushan, which she richly deserves. And I'm talking about none other than the inimitable Usha Uthup.
I should like to say that today I stand here in front of all of you after 50 years of singing. 50 years, that's something. Yeah, really quite amazing.
Now, Usha started her career in Madras, we call it Chennai nowadays, in 1969.
My kind of voice just never met up with any of the beautiful singers that have so beautiful actresses that have to have that kind of a pretty voice and so pure and so white and so beautiful. But my voice was like a man, and I could sing for you or you or you or you, anybody.
And so she started her career. The first time she picked up a mic and she sang was at this club. It was called the Nine Gems Nightclub. And of course, she's always known as, you know, the singer in a sari, the lady in a sari. You know, there's a joke which says that when James Bond met Usha, and he looked at her and he says, okay, whose sari now? Okay. And she said, it's mine.
Now, when you look at me from top to bottom, actually, or you may look at me from side to side, it's almost the same. Almost the same measurement, yeah, but who cares? Huh?
She will always be identified with Calcutta. Like, she is an institution. In the city of Calcutta, she is an institution. And of course, she is the darling of the entire Anglo-Indian community. So we all root for Usha. And she is one in a million, as they say.
I'm a compulsive optimist. Compulsive. I'm only here to look, I'm talking about myself, I'm only here to look at the wonderful things in life, because if you want to, there is so many horrible, horrible things that are happening every second in our country, in this world, in our own lives. So why go looking out for horrible things that there are there? Look for the wonderful things.
Usha sings in 25 languages, 17 Indian languages, and another 8 international languages.
Expand, learn all the languages, you'll get more shows. I mean, I, without any formal training, have got so many shows, all from north to south, east to west, only because of my languages, not because I'm such a fantastic singer. I've never said that. But hey, music's not my business, communication is. So for all of you who feel that you have a limitation somewhere, forget about it. Everybody has a limitation. Turn it into your strength. Somehow or the other, it will work.
Usha is a communicator, and she has a lot of communication in her. She is a communicator par excellence. You know, the way she walks, the way she talks, the way she sings, the way she dresses, everything is one big communication.
And I think for all the girls who think that this is not right about yourself, that's not right about, main thing is to believe in yourself and dream. Dream big, really big.
And of course, that's why I'm celebrating Usha Uthup today.
All the bad girls, all the cabaret girls, they get my voice, you know. But then I'm probably the only Indian female artist who has sung for a man, and I've sung for Mithun Chakravarti. So you see, when you are not ashamed, or you are not shy, or not embarrassed by the way you look or by the way you are, then everything works for you. Everything works for you, and I've seen it happening to me.
Okay, that's all I have for you right now. And so until the next time we meet, the next time I come on over here, the next time we are together, next time I see you, until the next time, okay, this is me, Frank Krishna, signing off. So it's over and out.
Diamonds are forever, they're all I need to please me. They can stimulate and tease me, they won't leave in the night. I've no fear that they might desert